Hello and welcome to Dunedin, the Caledonian ground for the 2025 National Track and Field Championships, Day 2. My name is Nick Bewley, got Sarah Kelly-Ross alongside, and as you will be able to see, unfortunately, weather isn't the best, but spirits super high.
Spirits are high, people have come a long way to be here. The Otago athletes are like, yep, we've got this, but we are in for a cracker of an afternoon of track and field.
Yeah, the Otago athletes right at home in this weather, about 12 degrees at the minute. A lot to like in terms of what's on the track to come this afternoon. We've got Will Steadman up very soon in the 400 metres para, but I know, Sarah, you're very excited about the 800 a bit later on.
Yes, Bo Ritchie has had a sensational season. The junior athlete is stepping up to the senior women's 800 this year, and I can't wait to see if she will claim her first Open title.
The men's 800 wide open as well. And the under 20 race, really looking forward to seeing Wellington's Joe Martin in action. Can he go sub 150? He's been going very close in this domestic season so far. A lot to love about the action in the field too. We've got Olympians galore. Connor Bell in the discus, Tori Morby in the javelin, and for the first time, at least here in New Zealand in 2025, Maddie Wesche in the shot put circle.
Yeah, Olympic silver medalist Maddie Wesche. She's in action later on, and it will be great to see what kind of form she's in, particularly heading into World Indoors in a couple of weeks.
Well, so much to get into. Thank you for your company as always. Let's get to it. Well, as you can see there, the fans have come down to the Caledonian, rugged up nice and warm. It's pretty customary in these parts to have the Kathmandu jackets out and the like in March. Yeah, Tori Morby, really looking forward to seeing what sort of form she comes into the Jennian Holmes Nationals in. Of course, multiple national titles, believe it's 8.
As we wait now for round 1 of Tori Morby.
Her best last year, 61.26 in competition for the year 2025. Okay, looks to be up and towards that 50 metres, so just a reintroduction. Maya Phillips now, can she get ahead of Alexa Duff? It doesn't look like that will be the case, but it might be an improvement on her 41.88. It looks to be over that 40 metre mark.
Set a new personal best of 46.84 in round 4. And this is her last throw here, senior women's javelin, Alexa Duff. Former Paralympic champion and collected the bronze medal last year, and that's 44.72 for Alexa Duff in her last round. She'll take the silver medal. This will be your gold medalist, but what can she do in round 6? Olympian Tori Morby set to launch the javelin for the last time here in Dunedin in this 2025 Jennian Holmes Track and Field Championship.
.15 for their first is the best of the lot for Tori Morby, who takes home a 9th national championship.
So here they are on their marks. Men's 3,000 steeplechase. The hurdle height is just a tick over 90 centimetres. And Toby Tasker, the reigning champion, goes straight to the front.
Just starting to bunch up a touch here.
Sutton has done a really good job to stay on these 3.
A 4-time medalist, and he is now in 2nd position, and now Arnold in 4th position. Here comes the bell, final lap.
1 lap to go. It's Sutton.
Arnold, Sutton, the water. 1 barrier to go is Sutton. He's willing himself on. Who's got it? Is it Boudoir? Out of nowhere. What a finish. Michael Sutton striding Ben Boudoir, trying to catch him, but Michael Sutton takes out the men's 3,000 steeplechase. over Ben Boudoir, Matthew Arnold third, and Toby Tasker finishes fourth. What an addition to the men's 3000 steeplechase.
And gritted out. You know, there were times where I thought he had dropped off the front three, but in fact he was holding on, and he didn't let that gap get any wider, and he takes the title there from his teammate, and I think that might be a new personal best for him.
Well, those times have come through. I thought it said 9:13. There was no 1, there was a 0. 9:03.11 for Michael Sutton. And look, I think for all these four, it's huge PBs for Sutton, Boudoir, Arnold and Tasker. And in lane number 1, Josh Cameron out of Canterbury, Joshua Brown in lane number 2, also out of the Canterbury region. Plenty of Canterbury representation in this men's 800. Nicholas Alvarez, Ray Varago of Otago in 3, Ethan Smollett in 4, Costa Mills, the Wellingtonian, in lane number 5, Ollie Dunshay in 6, Pi Wynyard in 7, and just out of shot, I believe, is Matthew Bolter in lane number 8, one of our local competitors from the Otago region. Best PBs or quickest in the field, that belongs to Ethan Smollett, a 150.28. That was back in 2023, so it will be interesting to see what sort of form these men are in, having advanced from yesterday's preliminaries. 2 and then back to 3, but Ethan Smollett, as we hit 135 down the home straight, does an 800 metre senior national title beckon, or does Costa Mills have one final push? It doesn't appear to be the case. It's going to be Ethan Smollett, a national champion, takes a look over his shoulder, and at a time of around 152 gets the job done over Costa Mills.
Bronze.
And that's a PB, I believe, for Ollie Dunshay. Oh, in fact, no, sorry. Always got to check those ANZ rankings notes. 152 is Ollie's PB. But nonetheless, a medal in the senior ranks for Ollie Dunshay, the 23-year-old out of the Papanui Tok. Well, let's bring you the field in its totality. Ariana Candy in lane number 2. And then a trio of Aucklanders, Holly Rule in 3, Cameron Smart in 4, and Stella Peerless in 5. Bo Ritchie with bib number 723, you can just see there to the left of the graphic, representing Waikato Bay of Plenty in lane number 6. Bridget Dennehy out of North Harbour Bays in 7, and Rosa Twyford, Cantabrian in lane number 8. We are underway, so let's look at that time to see the lap speed. You hear the bell shortly. It's going to be Bo Ritchie who brings them through with Stella Peerless, 103. Side by side, stride for stride. This is going to go down to the wire. Bo Ritchie looking to kick down the straight. Stella Peerless hanging on, starting to tire. Bo Ritchie finds something. 203, 204. Ritchie is going to be a senior 800 metre champion. Bo Ritchie holds off.
But Bo Ritchie, time confirmed, 207.23 from Stella Peerless, 207.51.
Yeah, credit to Stella Peerless, who applied the pressure throughout on Bo Ritchie.
And I will introduce the full field here as we see Olympic silver medalist Maddie Wesche and Maddie Wilson. We've touched on her throughout the afternoon. She's been busy today. Kate Haley from Auckland, Kirsty McCarthy-Dempsey, Natalia Rankin-Cheetah. Look to her. She'll be challenging for that silver medal. And rounding out the field is Renee Willis, the local from Otago.
Up next here we have Maddison-Lee Wesche in round 5. Should want to improve on her throw of 17.81 in round 4. So about the same Distance, maybe. As far as I know, this is her. Okay, we have 18 meters 49, a improvement for Maddison-Lee Wesche in round 5. She'll be happy with that. I'm looking forward to finishing off strong in round 6.
Foul as we go now to round 6. Madison-Lee Wesche.
18:38. She finishes the competition in first place. Once again with a best of 18 meters 49.
Men's discus, men's triple, and the women's shot put all coming up very soon. The men's discus full field there on the middle of your screen, featuring Paris Olympian Connor Bell.
Speaking of big futures, this man here, Connor Bell, round 4, senior men's discus. So he's had a best today of 60 meters 06. The Paris Olympian. Here's Bell, winds up, and he has sent that one. That looks like it's over the 60 meter mark there for Connor Bell. 60.73 there for Connor Bell, and an improvement there. A bit of a battle going on here for silver. Can Nathaniel Sulupo hold silver in his final throw here in Dunedin?
He's in PB form. Just a couple of weeks ago at the ITM, 53.32 for Nathaniel. Just towards the right centre of the sector. And he stepped out there. Red flag goes up. Kieran Fowler, there he is. What can he muster?
He hits it hard and flat. I'm not sure that will be enough for Fowler.
And sure enough, 49.06 with his final attempt. So bronze for Kieran Fowler. It'll be silver for Nathaniel Sulupo. See family alongside supporting.
So Connor Bell, he's got the title, but he's got one more throw to lay down a mark here in his first outing of 2025. Paris Olympian Connor Bell, final throw in the senior men's discus final.
Gives it his all, looks encouraging. Oh, up on that marker, in fact clear of it. And I don't know what finger he's holding up there, but just to maybe acknowledge to the coach. Oh, not to be. By 18 centimetres, 60.55, but 3 throws over that 60-metre mark. Connor Bell takes out the men's discus.
So a great battle awaits. We've got 2 teams from Otago, 1 from the Cook Islands, Kiorana, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, Canterbury, fielding 2 teams, and Manawatu, Whanganui also in this race.
Often racing, 4x100 senior race. First changeover, and Otago A looking strong in lane number 5, as are Canterbury A and 6. Canterbury v Otago. Gonna come down to the final leg. And there is Shea Veach representing Otago, and he'll take some stopping. Hawke's Bay Gisborne fighting for second. Otago take it home on home soil. Canterbury second, Hawke's Bay Gisborne in third. A win for the locals.
Well, brilliant run by Otago with Shea Veach anchoring that relay leg, but wonderful to have 2 Otago teams. Canterbury, Angus Liver, a great final leg for them. As we see here, this changeover, always full of drama. Teams obviously scrambling to get 4 runners at the last minute. So not a lot of change practice, but it didn't matter. for Otago, clear winners here at the Caledonian.
But just those times coming through for the relay. Otago home in 40.99, Canterbury 41.43, and Hawke's Bay Gisborne 41.75. Manawatu Wanganui in fourth, 42.73. Here are the women's 4x100 metre teams just getting ready. The starting blocks: Canterbury, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, and Otago. And they're away. Canterbury, Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, and a strong start there from Otago around that bend. And pretty even, but Otago with that first change just in front. Here come Hawke's Bay Gisborne though, really strong leg this one, making significant ground. And a really professional changeover there from 2 to 3. And Hawke's Bay Gisborne through Brianna Stevenson, flying now. Here's Georgia Hulls. She won't be stopped. Oh, a picture of determination there, Georgia Hulls. We'll run in the 200 later in the program. And she flies home to get Hawke's Bay Gisborne the gold. Otago silver, and Canterbury coming home in bronze in third position.
Great leg from Pohi down the back straight from Hawke's Bay Gisborne to put them in a prime position leading into that second change. That was very slick there to Stephenson, the heptathlete, and Georgia Hulls, no stopping her. The second best 200 metre runner all time. Great to see her out on track, and that's gold for Hawke's Bay Gisborne in a time of 46.48, Otago 48.34, Canterbury rounding out the podium 49.21. All about this man here, the world junior champion in this event. He says, "Will me on."
Here he goes, the national record holder, world under-20 champion. Oh, again, surveying the sandpit. Been fooled a few times. Oh, look at that, look out.
Wow.
It's another 16.33. The Australian, the 20-year-old Devesh Sri Dinathayalan. Getting the crowd up and about. Matt Walsh helping out too. The Aucklander currently in 5th position. Gives it his all. The white flag goes up. And just 4 centimetres down on his best there for Devesh Sri Dinathayalan. 13.79. That concludes his program. Here is Matt Walsh. Winding up. 13.92 is his best. And again, the body language suggests not quite where he wants to be. Needs to find an extra 26 centimetres to get past Sebastian Panakal for outright second. Here he comes, the Aucklander. And again, look back as we await that measurement from Scott Thompson. It's a 14.34, oh, just a centimetre down. So Sebastian Panakal from across the Tasman with his final jump. Down the runway. Oh, swivel immediately out of the sandpit. Has a look back. Advantage, but it's bang on 14.60 again, but that is a better jump in theory. So here is the New Zealand record holder, the world under-20 champion, in a 16.33 in the 4th as well. What can he deliver
in the 6th and final round. Here he goes. Ethan Olivier, what's he got in the locker? And again, up and around that 16-metre mark. 16.30, not much in it. 3 centimetres separating Ethan Olivier's last 3 jumps. But he takes home the senior men's triple jump title. Well, great to be in the grandstand, day 3. Sarah Cowley-Ross got a great spot here. And the two Anthonys, Nobilo and Barnes, occupying positions 1 and 2. This is Anthony Barnes, currently in 2nd after a 67.97 first up. So no mucking about, really, for Anthony Barnes. Here he goes with attempt number 2. In the centre of the sector and up towards that 70-metre marker. And it's in and around 67.26. Currently in front. Looking for the right to be called a national champion once again. This is it. All or nothing. Anthony Barnes sends it to the centre. Oh, it might not be quite enough, but I reckon it's his best of the day.
And there they are. The Anthonys.
Oh,
Isn't that lovely? Barnes passes the baton back to Nobilo. Can he crack that 70 metres, Nick?
never done it. Anthony Nobilo, at least in competition. 69.72. Anthony Nobilo. Final throw. And he walks straight out of the centre. He knows that isn't worth measuring up, but he acknowledges the crowd. Big smile on the face.
As we see the results on screen now, confirming it is Anthony Nobilo, the winner here of the men's hammer, 69.43 from Barnes, 67.97 to Todd Bates, the local athlete, 52.90. And a great battle between the two Anthonys. Well, I'm here with a very happy Anthony Nobilo, not Anthony Barnes. He's got his title back, number 6. Anthony, you must be happy with that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with today, especially considering the weather and slippery circles. So, second best ever throw. So really, really happy with the result there. Yeah.
You had a good battle, though, with your training partner, and it was great to see you guys have a nice little hug there. You know, what's that like, both of you being able to push each other to great distances?
I've really enjoyed training with Anthony. It's been a really good experience since I haven't thrown with a hammer thrower like that since I was training partners with Nicole Bradley. And yeah, I've really enjoyed working with him and like wondering how he ticks and seeing how I can improve myself as well. So I'm really thankful that he's been around this season to push me. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You really had a great competition out there, and it was wonderful to see you guys going at it so well. Winner of the men's hammer throw, Anthony Nobilo. Crowd is building, the atmosphere is building. This is Super Saturday, and what a delight to see the start list there of the women's pole vault. And let's see if she can continue. Declare on her first height. Eliza, 465. She's up and she's over. Well, McCartney certainly going off a shorter runner today.
And it remains at 465. Getting the crowd in behind it over on the embankment side of the Caledonian ground. She can! Oh! She can! Third time's a charm for Liv McTaggart. And she nods in approval, said, yep. Between Eliza McCartney and Olivia McTaggart extends to another height.
And the intent here on the runway. Great acceleration into the takeoff, and damn, she's happy about that.
Just love the reaction of those young kids on the hill there too. Jaws dropped.
Oh, there's so many kids on the hill. It's so great. Eliza McCartney, attempt 3, 475. She's up. Oh, she hits it on the way down. McCartney not to be at 475, but she takes another national title, and she is your national champion once more. Collected her first one here in 2016. 53 New Zealand records across age group and senior. And no one can take away another national title for Eliza McCartney, and hats off to Olivia McTaggart. Had a great go at that last attempt at 475.
Well, I'm here with a very happy Eliza McCartney, another national title and 475, but you've drawn a line in the sand today, first outing of 2025. Are you as happy as your face says?
Yeah, I am actually. I was just running from a short run up today. It's the first competition of the season. It's really just a tester, a bit of a benchmark to see where things are at. And that was, I was really, really happy with what was coming out today. Would have been nice to get the 75, but really, really happy with my last attempt. The pole, I was using the speed, everything. So feeling like I'm in a nice place for this early in the year.
So you have, this is, you know, the first time we have seen you, as we've mentioned, but what's coming up for you? When can we see you again?
Doha Diamond League will be my first competition of the outdoor season, well, you know what I mean, of the European season. And then hopefully most of the Diamond Leagues after that, leading into the World Championships in September. That's the plan for the season, really. It's going to be a spaced out one starting in mid-May with Doha going all the way to Tokyo in mid-September. But that's why this is my first outing of the year.
A very strategic and planned season ahead, but this has been a great outing to start it, and it's a place that is really special to you. You've got family roots here, but you also won your first senior national title here. What's it like for you being in Dunedin?
No, I actually really love competing here. I remember I jumped the World Youth Games standard here to qualify for that back in 2012 or 13. I jumped 480 for the first time ever in these grounds. And then today was a great day. I was really, really happy with how my jumping was today. So I've had great times in Dunedin. I love it.
Yeah, we'll bring on more great times for Eliza McCartney in 2025. Let's go back to the high jump now with you, Nick.
But it is time for senior 400 metre finals, starting with the men. And they are underway in this senior men's 400 metre final. One lap, and already pushing the pace is Lex Revel-Lewis, the Aucklander, in lane number 2. Pushing the pace, the national record is 46.09. He is powering his way down the finish line. Can he do it? Wow! It is going to be close, 46.12. I believe 46.12. We wait and see.
But Lex Revel-Lewis, outstanding. He took off hard and fast, and no one was getting in his way here, as he could see the clock counting down, urging him on. Great run by Jonathan Maples to collect the silver. 46.16, a brilliant run for gold.
Jonathan Maples, as you mentioned, Sarah, a great run for the silver medal.
Well, he's recovered. We've got him up here. Lex Revel-Lewis, senior men's 400 metre champion. The crowd was willing you on, Lex. 46.16. So close yet again to that national record.
Yeah, man, that was probably one of my easiest feeling races. You know, I felt so good in that last 100. I just with the 400, you just get the lactic in the last 50 no matter what, and kind of got to my head a little bit, and yeah, that just ruined the race for me.
Well, it didn't ruin the gold medal. That is your third national title. You've had a brilliant season, Lex. Talk to us about what's next for you.
So I'm actually competing at Sydney Track Classic next weekend. We're running a 400 there against some of the Aussies, so it should be a good one. It's always pretty much good weather in Aussie, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And your training partner, Kahurangi Cottrell, he got up in the juniors, 400 metres. How good is it to see your teammates do well?
Yeah, actually, I have another training partner, Noah King. He also won the under 18 400, so it's a sweep from my training squad in the fours. So, yeah.
Well, I'll let you catch your breath, Lex, but congratulations. Not the national record today, but you have knocked on that door once again. You had the whole stadium alight cheering you on. Congratulations. Lex River-Lewis, he's got new ink and he's running fast. National champion here in Dunedin.
Representing Canterbury is Tom Walsh. Nick Palmer still to come as well. And as mentioned a few moments ago, no Jacko Gill, unfortunately, a late withdrawal from this competition. And what can Tom produce first up? There's a 21.10 first up at the ITM, and that looks good. That marker set, and it is on 21, a 21.11, so a season's best by a centimetre.
And it'll be really interesting to see what Tom does as he builds into this competition, as we see his training partner here, Nick Palmer, in action for the first time. Nick Palmer, so that is 1981 for Nick Palmer, so also a season best.
Tom Walsh. Best so far of 21.11 metres, a season's best. He's trying to rally the crowd in behind him. Here goes Tom, attempt number 3. Oh, and again, flirting with that 21 metre mark. 20.93. Good series to start. This is Nathaniel Salupo, currently in 5th position with a best of 16.48. Just an update on Nick Palmer, trying to get another one over that 20 metre mark. Went very close in round 1, 19.81. Go back to Tom now, final attempt, hold that thought. Men's shot put. He will take home another national title as he launches it, and that one up over that 21 metre mark. It could potentially be his best of the day. An acknowledgement of the crowd, that is an improvement with his final attempt. A new season's best for Tom Walsh, 21.24.
Well, he's got his national title back. In fact, it's national title number 14. 15 if you include that discus title which he won off his mate Marshall Hall. But Tom Walsh, congratulations. Wonderful to see you out there, a season best. How would you rate the performance?
Look, it wasn't what I wanted today, Sarah, for sure. I think when Jacko pulled out in the warm-ups, probably took it a little bit out of the competition. But yeah, I'd give it probably a B kind of grading for me. So solid. Gave some of the throws a good crack, and just not lining it up. But you know, that's for 2 weeks' time at World Indoors.
Brilliant. Now, there was a big crowd around the bottom of the stadium cheering you on. You know, have you enjoyed this Dunedin outing?
Yeah, it's been really good. I think we've got a great crowd in today, not only for me, but for the high jump and the pole vault as well. There were some good pockets over there and down the main straight, maybe for the 100 guys and girls. So it's been a good day at the track for sure.
Now, you mentioned World Indoors in 2 weeks' time. You'll go back to the drawing board this week at your base in Christchurch with your young family. Hi to Billy watching, hopefully. What does it look like for you?
Oh, well, there's not too much to kind of figure out, right? It's the same stuff, so we're not changing anything. It's just about knocking on that door, because we know that door, when it opens, she's going to go a long way. So really confident where my body's at, coming back from my injury, and really comfortable with technique. It's just got to, you know, get 1 or 2 more reps in.
And it must be a good feeling, though, to get back on the gold medal here after Jacko picked you at the post for the last couple of years, but you're number 1 now. What's your message now for the rest of this year?
Oh, look, it's just about trusting my process, right, and trusting the things that we've worked on. My body's healthy again, as I said, right. It's in a great spot. And then, like, getting ready for World Champs in September, which is the big one, right. And it's always pretty cool wearing that black singlet. We get to do it once or twice a year. So I'm always pretty lucky when I get that.
Well, we've been lucky to have you here in the Caledonian ground this afternoon here at the Jennian Holmes National Track and Field Championships. It's your senior men's shot put champion, big fella, well loved by the crowd here, Tom Walsh.
The 400 metre women's senior final now. And a lot of excitement about the young lady in lane number 4, Madeline Waddell. Underway, clean start. What can Madeline Waddell produce as she seeks her first national title at the age of 17? Looking incredibly strong as she makes her way down the home straight. Can she hang tough? Izzy Neal to the right, Jordan Blake in that third position. Let's take a look at the clock, and it stops at 52.60. Madeline Waddell takes home the national senior title at the age of just 17. And that might be in personal best time as well. Look at the replay, 52.62. The stadium clock has just been adjusted. She ran a 53.16 at the Sir Graham Douglas, and it is, as things stand, a new personal best and a first time under the 53-second barrier for Madeline Waddell. And what a stage to do it. Her first senior title over 400 metres.
Well, I've got Maddie Waddell here, senior women's 400 national champion. She went out hard and boy did she come home. 52.62, Maddie, can you believe it?
Oh, it was incredible, just like being able to run that fast, because I've been wanting to take a chunk off my PB for a while. So it was just finding the race to do it, and having all those amazing girls out there with me, Izzy and and the inside of me to push me. That was, really incredible.
Now, Maddie, you have had some good battles with Izzy over the season. Talk about us that you laid it down fast in that race, though. Did you feel the wind on the back straight, or were you just invisible to that?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to let the wind put me off, because I know everyone's been talking about it a bit this weekend. But I was just there to run my own race and go out hard like I always try to do, and then finish strong. So I knew if there was a hard headwind on the back straight, it would bring me home fast on the home straight. So
super cool. Now, your mum, she's on crutches, but she's also your coach. You're a great team, and it was really nice for her to have a moment with you just before I pulled you up here. Now, what else have you got on this weekend?
I'm doing the 200 tomorrow, and then try recover before zones on Tuesday. So that's all the regional stuff starting again, and then the Y-Bops and finishing with North Island. So
back to the school athletics champs next week, but the senior woman national 400 metre champion lowers her age group records. Congratulations, Maddie Waddell.
Here we go. Man currently in silver, and he'll stay in silver, but unfortunately unable to go over at 2 metres 11, but an acknowledgement of the crowd. There's that equal PB at 2.07.
And you can see Hamish Kerr, the man of the hour for probably over the competition. You know, there's a massive group of people down behind the barriers over there, all waiting and watching the VIP tent down there.
10.75. Over to you, Kelly. 2.19.
Getting the crowd involved there. Looking pretty comfortable over that. He will go over and have some chats with his coach James, and to see, oh no, they don't even need to go over and have a chat.
What do you reckon the signal is there, or the wee hand? Is that just...
I'm guessing that's going up 5 centimetres.
Yeah. Here's Hamish Kerr.
Getting the crowd involved again. And here he goes for his first attempt at 2 metre 25. Oh, and he did bail on that one there. Won't be probably so happy with that one.
See if we can get a replay on the full screen, but you might have just caught bottom left as Sarah's catching up with Eliza McCartney, our national women's pole vault champion. Another attempt at 2:25. What are you seeing here, Kelly?
Doesn't quite have his normal rhythm that he has as he's coming in, and similar to what I mentioned before, his upper body's kind of leaning a bit further forward, which can just kind of lead to a flow-on effect and then leaning into the bar a bit too early.
But here is Hamish Kerr, will take this final attempt. What does he have in the locker?
Hopefully a nice clutch jump coming out here. And he thrives off a good crowd environment.
Yeah.
Oh no, yep, he's getting the crowd moving. He's got about 15 seconds, I believe, on the clock. So he does have a little bit of time restriction there. But he's going back in and going in for his final attempt at 2:25.
Oh, and he just kicks it on the way down, unfortunately for Hamish Kerr. A little bit of frustration, but he is a national champion once more.
9th national champion, national title, I believe. Just a little bit of a stutter there and just not quite his normal running rhythm, which he'll definitely feel when, as you can see, there's the frustration there, and he's going over to the guys. And
Right, we've got Olympic champion and another national title for Hamish Kerr. We've had to adjust our frame to get him in the shot, but Hamish, 2:25, some good attempts there. Are you happy with today?
Not really. You know, I set high standards for myself, and you know, I think my jumping's been coming along really nicely. We've been changing a few things in training, you know, technically. So this is sort of the result of that, is that there's a little bit of just time to get it all to stick. But at the same time, you know, really stoked that I got my next national title, and you know, just it was an amazing crowd, so I'm really happy.
Yeah, great to see so many people out here supporting the whole weekend. There's a crowd of people. I've had to usher them through to get you up here. But what does that feel like now? This, not necessarily a responsibility, but, you know, a change in how it works for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably the reason I'm disappointed is, you know, a lot of people waited around a wee bit and then obviously got a couple of good clearances from me, but that was about it. So, it's actually been awesome. I mean, I've done a few meets this season, and just the reaction I've had at every comp's been so cool. So, I just love that people are loving athletics and getting behind it. So it's really cool.
Talk to us about your journey. You know, can you remember your first national championships and what that was like? I was looking through my preparation for the meet and looking at, you know, 2014, your best was 2:13, if I'm not corrected. Just the progression, I guess, for you.
Yeah, so my first one wasn't actually that nationals. It was a couple of years before, when it was in Auckland. I actually did the 300 metre hurdles. Tried my hand at it. I don't think I even got out of the qualifiers, but you know, I've loved doing nationals. I think that's one of the things that I sort of was reflecting on a couple of weeks ago when I was doing one of the other comps. These were the meets that kind of I grew up doing and really loving, and you know, I loved coming down and seeing people like Dane Val and Nick and all those sort of top athletes of their time competing, and it was really inspirational for me. So to be able to kind of keep coming to these meets, still feeling like I'm the same athlete that I was back then, but obviously with slightly more height in the legs and a few more kind of medals sitting at home. It's really cool. I think it's really awesome that people can kind of also feel like they're coming through that journey, and it's very possible.
So World Indoors in 2 weeks. You go in now as defending champion after Glasgow last year. What does that do to your mindset in terms of heading to your first competition, also defending champion and Olympic champion?
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be the first test of the you know, the target on the back, so to speak. I think that there's going to be a lot of competitions the next 4 years, hopefully, where I'm defending various things and feeling like that pressure's on me. So yeah, this is the first kind of test of that, and yeah, I'm just relishing that opportunity.
Do you live for that pressure?
When I'm jumping well, I do. When I'm jumping not so well and we are trying to change things, then it becomes a bit difficult. But you know, at the same time, I know that I'm usually good for it.
Well, patience, I guess, as these technical changes come through. Tomorrow, what's on the schedule for you? Recovery, or what's the plan?
Yeah, a little bit of recovery if Jimmy gives me it after that performance. But no, I'm just going to be down here supporting. Maddie, my girlfriend, is going for the high jump, long jump double, which she's probably watching at home, which probably hates me saying that because it's put it out there. But, you know, she's definitely capable of doing it. So it'd be really cool to come down and see her do that. So, yeah, I'll be around the track all day.
Well, it's been really cool to have you here in the stadium today to show up at Nationals, to get your title back. You weren't here last year, and we wish you well as you build into World Indoors and the rest of 2025. Hamish Kerr, Olympic champion, and 2025 men's high jump champion at the New Zealand Track and Field Championships.
Turn our attention to the men's 100 senior final starting in a couple of minutes. Tian Welpton in lane number 5. They're off to a clean start. There's Tian Welpton already out in front. Tommy Tapuni in the second position, but Tian Welpton powers to the line. Tapuni, and then it might have been Hayato Yaneto over for bronze at 10.15. The stadium clock stops. We'll wait to see if that stands, but another super time. 10.19 it's updated to as we take a look at the replay. This customary strong start and just blistering his way down the Caledonian ground track to take another senior title. Tommy Tapuni home in silver with a 10.47. And then I believe it was Hayato Yaneto representing Otago. But Tian Welpton, he'll push towards the World Indoors in Nanjing. Across 60 metres with a fair amount of confidence. It is Hayato Yaneto. There's that time through now, 10.51. That is your podium in the men's 100 metre final.
Well, confirmation again, this is the fastest man in New Zealand right now. Tian Welpton, his third 100 metre title. Tian, are you happy with that race?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's so good to get the hat trick. It's always good to come out and run and take a national title. So I was happy I could defend that today. My first time running down here in Dunedin, so yeah, I have to say I enjoyed it. The track's quicker than I thought it would be, but yeah, very happy with that result. You know, I was picked up a little bit of a niggle before the heat, and so that's why I cruised the heat, but very happy with that, and feels like I'm all good for Nanjing now. So now we look forward to World Indoors and hopefully show them who's boss.
Well, you've had a sensational season. You started with that 60, 650, set the track on fire there, but then 10:10 at the ITM. What's it like to be running these times now consistently?
It's good. You know, it's very satisfying, but I want more. So we're still tracking towards that 9, still tracking towards that national record. So I think it's only a matter of time. You know, if I can keep running these times consistently, eventually we'll get a bit lucky with the weather and with the heat. So we'll have to see what happens.
And for you now, what's the plan between now and Nanjing?
Between now and Nanjing, I'm probably going to go home and just relax for a couple of days, and then it's straight back into training. So, yeah, got to get my visa sorted first, and then we go from there. But very excited. Been focusing a lot on the 60 this season, so yeah, we'll carry on, and hopefully we'll get some good results over in China.
Now, just a last nod, there's been so many great supporters come down to the Caledonian ground today. I had to kind of pull you away and promise these kids that I'd bring you back. What's that like for you?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, to walk out in the final and see that the stadium was absolutely packed is amazing. So thank you to everyone who came down to support despite the weather, and thank you to the organisers and Athletics New Zealand, everyone for setting up this wonderful competition.
Well, Tian Welpton, his third national title over 100 metres. Great outing again today. That's it from me down here trackside for this evening. It has been a sensational Super Saturday. We've got the fastest man and the fastest woman in New Zealand. And back to you, Nick, upstairs. Thanks very much to Tian.
The full field in lane number 1, Kiana Paul, representing Hawke's Bay Gisborne. We've got twins in lanes 2 and 7, Adera and Shale Collette, both representing Manawatu Wanganui. Brooke Summerfield, who was super strong in the heats earlier this afternoon, representing Waikato Bay of Plenty in lane number 3. Zoe Hobbs, Paris Olympic semi-finalist in lane number 4, national record holder, of course. Ray Honda, Japanese sprinter in 5. Marielle Venita, who's been super impressive as well, representing Auckland in lane number 6, and Alan Carter in lane 8. That wind is swirling around a bit, but certainly a tailwind And it's off to a clean start, and it's a strong start from Hobbs in 4. And in 3, Brooke Summerfield's close behind as well, but Zoe Hobbs looking strong all the way to the finish. Summerfield and Marielle Veneta gets home for 3rd.
Stadium clock has stopped at 11:09, so we'll just await the final confirmation of the verified time. And it looks like it was a 1.3 metres per second headwind, so legal.
Just to put that in context, she ran an 11:08 at the Paris Olympics. Her resident record is an 11.02, and it's adjusted here to an 11:11 for Zoe Hobbs. A new season's best, improving on that 11.23 at the international track meet a couple of weeks ago. She's got a big smile, and she too will head to World Indoors with confidence. It is Brooke Summerfield taking home silver. Ray Honda, the Japanese athlete, in 4th. Adira Collette, 11.91.
No, my height and my welcome along back to day 4 here at the Jennian Homes New Zealand Track and Field Champs in 2025. It's fantastic to have you with us. My name is Hayden Sherman. With me is Holly Manning. How are you doing, Holly?
I'm great, thank you, Hayden, especially now the sun's out. It's really great.
Yeah, we're here in tropical Dunedin where it is always nice and warm like this, and it's perfect conditions. But here we go. We're lining up the field in the senior women's final. We've got Caitlin Bassett, Bridget Dennehy, Lahana Reeves, Crystal Clark, Tilly Hollier, Amy Ferguson, Eva Pringle, Laura Nagel, Gabby Newman, Bo Ritchie, Rosa Twyford, Beth Garland, Sarah Hay, Anika Arledge, and Tamara Reeves. So a big field of 15. And here we are, the start of the senior women's 1,500 metres. How's this going to play out? What effect will the traffic have? Laura Nagel actually coming past Bridget Dennehy now onto the shoulder right at the bend. Is this a bit of a tactic from them both, maybe?
Yeah, it's definitely looking like a tactic.
Laura Nagel coming round that top bend now. Bridget Dennehy is sitting in second. It's going to be a good battle for that silver medal position. Bo Ritchie is not in it this afternoon. It's all Laura Nagel. Here she comes for the upteenth time, running her way to a national title. Laura Nagel steaming her way down. The crowd cheers her on. Another national title in the 1,500 metres. That's her 3rd. Bridget Dennehy in 2nd. Tilly Hollier, Rosa Twyford, in 3rd. Wow-wee. And we mentioned a bit of a game plan going in. Bridget Dennehy taking that first lap, and maybe that was, hey, I'll buy your dinner, Bridget, if you want to take the first lap for me, and then I'll take it from there.
Yeah, I think so, but I think it also obviously worked quite well for Bridget as well. Having it honest, I think, would help both of them. So, yeah, that game plan definitely worked. So I'm sure Laura will have a few words of thanks for Bridget after that. And Rosa Twyford as well, fantastic running there for 3rd place. Very confident, she put herself out there and it paid off. You could see she was really hurting in the last 5 metres, and I'm not surprised. Potentially could have been a PB for her.
Looking to make it, I believe it's 3 in a row. Darian Sorori, who you know quite well, running for Whippets. Sam Ruth, it's the big battle of the Sams, the junior, the 16-year-old out of Waikato Bay of Plenty. William Little from Canterbury, Ethan Smollett of Canterbury, Daniel Hayes of Auckland, Ben Bidwar of Waikato Bay of Plenty, David Lee of Canterbury, Oliver Chignell won the 5,000 the other day. He looked really good in the heats. Fist bumping Sam Tanner on the home straight. Matthew Taylor, who has picked up medals in this event before. And then Benjamin Wall, who's had a really fantastic summer. Now we're away in the senior men's 1,500 metres 2025 Jennian Homes New Zealand Track and Field Champs. We are away. This is the anticipated battle between the two Sams.
Yeah, although I am actually surprised to see this because I potentially thought that Sam would be going for another world record. Why wouldn't you when you're in that kind of shape? It does look quicker. We'll get confirmation when we get to the 400 split, but it does look quicker than the heats.
And at the front of the pack now is Sam Ruth. He's already at the front with 500 metres run. And right behind him, look at this, Sam Tanner. Maybe he's heard the rumours, so he's just got onto the shoulder of young Sam. And can we call Sam Tanner Old Sam? Is he old enough for that? We'll give him that title. Now Sam Tanner comes to the front. We haven't seen this before at a national champ. Sam Tanner this early at the front.
As we can just see them coming through with 300 to go. They are 3:03 with 300 to go, and they are going for it. I am really excited to watch this last part of this race. Sam v Sam with Ollie Chignell, the 5K winner, right behind. It's looking quick.
But Sam Tanner, Sam Ruth, Ollie Chignell, they enter the home straight. Here they come. Sam Tanner, he's gunning for 5. Can Sam Ruth beat him? Sam vs Sam. Here it is. Sam Tanner, Sam Ruth. What the... Oh my goodness. I think he might have got it at the dip. Sam Ruth, the youngster, might have just got him at the dip. Sam Tanner, Sam Ruth, that's the battle that we wanted. Oh my goodness, Holly Manning, how do we break that one down?
Yeah, that was very exciting. I will say my jaw was on the floor again. It really looked like Sam was coming up on, little Sam was coming up on Big Sam, or young Sam v old Sam. And yeah, I think we're going to have to wait for that result there. It was very, very close.
So the time is 3 minutes, 44 seconds, .304 for Sam Ruth and Sam Tanner. You couldn't make this stuff up.
I was just going to say that you could not script that. That is very storybook. Well done. If they planned that, they planned it to perfection. Amazing execution and very exciting for everyone here in the stands. A really good reaction here from everybody. So it definitely makes for a great spectator event, that one.
So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching in the world, for tuning in throughout the weekend of our coverage here of the Jennian Homes 2025 New Zealand Track and Field Champs. We will see you again. Matewa.